By the end of this video, you'll learn 3 things from photography that you can inculcate in your graphic designs that will make them twice as much better. Photographers, when they work, they create context. For example, if I'm taking a picture, then I am creating a context for it. Right now, when you look in the screen, you have a sofa in my bag, then you have the wall. Okay, there is some shadow or light play going, and then the subject is sitting. For this particular video, I had to create this context. You can create this context through AI or as in a normal setup. This is a normal setup. But when you create that context, what is going to happen is you are setting a mood, you are setting a feel, you are setting an understanding that the subject exists in this space, is situated here at a particular place, at a particular time, in a particular story. If you take the same understanding and apply it to designs, it can improve the designs multifold. Let's just say you are making a poster for a chair. Now, keeping that chair on shapes and different abstract elements can be cut, and you can definitely create an abstract poster out of it. But what if, resonating to that chair, you take similar photos from the background? Okay, so for example, if it is a Maharaja chair, all right, then you take photos of mahals and palaces, and then you blur them down to basically show that they are the context. Like, this is the context for me right now. And then you write something. This will not only help you play with the flow of the design, but it will give you designs that are so similar, that sing along so much, that the person will get the message so quickly without actually getting distracted by additional elements that we add. I do understand in graphic designing, when we do stuff, we make it more vibrant, we make it more spicy, more eccentric. This can be a way to do it with more flow. The second point is to use negative space, or at least recognize negative space. When we do photography, one of the main concerns that we have is the subject and the subject alone. When we have the subject, then in the background, things can go in blur. That can additionally be additional elements and support the subject. But that is it. We let the negative space be where it is. In graphic designing, we do the opposite. We try to look at a blank canvas and we try to fill stuff. Yes, we do pay attention to negative spaces. When you think about photography, photography is a deductive field. Meaning, if I don't like an element in the particular frame, I will have to remove it. But in graphic designing, you get a black canvas and then you add stuff onto it. You keep on adding stuff until it feels good. But here is the problem. Sometimes we fill it more than required, okay? Leaving just enough breathing space where it is actually not meant to be. Leaving barely enough breathing space for where there should be a good amount of negative space left. And this is basically one thing that we can learn from photography, is to pay emphasis particularly to the hierarchy. What one element is there that actually requires your most attention. And if the additional elements are not supporting or are not helping, you can let it be. You can let the poster be empty as far as it is in balance. Okay. And the way to balance is you can add something smaller on one side that is in contrast to it, and you can balance it rather than just filling the frame. If you like the video so far, please subscribe, please comment. Okay. Please do comment. Let me know what you think, and please share it so that, I get more motivation to make videos like this. Thank you so much. Let's move on to the third point. Coming from photography into graphic designing, there is one thing that I really understood and honed on was the play of light and shadow. See, right now light is coming from this side. That is why shadow is being casted over there. Okay. If you take the same understanding and apply it to graphic designing, if this was a graphic, what would you do? You would add oranges background, first of all, in the last layer. Then the sofa would come, and then the person would come, and then the camera would come. Okay. 4 layers. But most of the times we leave it at that. What about this light that is coming in here? Okay. What about the shadow that is forming on this side of my face and this side that is brighter? We do pay attention, a lot of attention to it in illustrations and maybe in photo retouching. But if we bring along the concept of light and shadow and how each and every single element is connected through it, I think it will make the entire poster sing, and it can create the entire experience better for whoever is looking at it. And I'm not only talking about photos and illustrations. What if we apply the same thing to typography as well? Let's just say there was something to be written here. And looking at where the light is coming from, if we add the same shading to that type, it will get into it and it will sing along. Now just imagine that you have a poster and the light is coming from the center. Okay. Just imagine everything around that poster and it is affecting everything on the level of light. And I do think this is one of the secret sauce for great graphic designers.